Hello and welcome to IndianNews.com. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as part of his 4-day trip to Southeast Asia, was in Malaysia today, where he held talks with his Malaysian counterpart Najib Razak. So, to give a perspective on his visit to Southeast Asia, we have with us Shubhajit Roy. Shubhajit, he talked about terror and delinking it from religion with Najib Razak. What do you make out of this statement?
Yeah, the occasion, the place is very significant because he's talking from Malaysia, where there is 60% Islamic population, and because it is also a multicultural, multi-ethnic society, what he says from that place on terror, delinking from religion, that holds significance because, as you know, that Paris attacks have happened. And have just happened, and Islamic State has claimed responsibility. And in this context, the world leaders are arguing in favor of delinking terror from religion. For example, you would recall U.S. President Barack Obama. He said that Islamic State doesn't speak for true Muslims.
True Muslims, yeah.
So he's also made his pitch where he's under tremendous political pressure to accept refugees from Syria or from these countries on the basis of religion, that only Christians should be allowed, but he's resisted that, he's not yielded to that political ground. So in that context, when he says this delinking, it holds a lot of significance.
So both the leaders also talked about spreading awareness among Muslim youths on how to combat terror.
Yeah.
So how both these countries can cooperate to take it forward?
Yeah. Malaysia is a modern country, and it has 60% population which follows Islam as faith. Now, India also has a significant percentage, about 15% or less, thereabout. So, both societies are facing similar challenges of radicalization. And Prime Minister Modi, he in fact praised Najib Razak, the Malaysian Prime Minister, for how he is dealing with these challenges. So that is one area where India can cooperate, as it has already agreed with UAE, for example. When the PM went there, he talked about dealing with radicalization amongst its youth population and how it can exchange knowledge, experience sharing, and how it can counter this challenge.
So both the leaders also talked about taking the trading ties between the two countries forward.
Right.
So what do you make out of this?
Well, trade between India and Malaysia is at an optimal level, but there is a lot of potential. And although no numbers, no targets have been set, but Malaysia has a great deal of expertise in infrastructure. So because India is right now investing in infrastructure in a big way, there are smart city projects that are coming up. So this government wants Malaysia to offer its expertise and come through its construction companies, and there's a similar thing that has happened, for example, with the French or the German, or recently in Turkey as well, where so similarly with Malaysia also, it wants that kind of expertise in construction, in infrastructure to come to India.
So even as we speak, Modi is going to Singapore as part of his second visit to the South Asian countries. So what do you think? What could be the agenda? Can we see some same kind of enthusiasm of Indian diaspora there also?
Yes, of course. Singapore has a considerable Indian diaspora, and this is his second visit to Singapore this year. Early this year, he went further to attend the funeral of Lee Kuan Yew, and who was the founder of the city-state, Singapore. And Modi has held Singapore as a great example of modernism, of how administration is run. In fact, even when he was in Gujarat as the Gujarat Chief Minister, he always held it in very high esteem. So he's going there to kind of again reach out to the Singaporean authorities as well as the diaspora, and wants them to contribute. So we will see a similar situation like what we saw last week.
The chants of Modi in the audience.
In Wembley or in Madison Square Garden or San Jose in California. So a similar kind of Indian diaspora event will see.
Thanks, thank you Subhajit for this perspective. Thanks for watching.